Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? You didn't have to cut me off.
Boom, and we're live. What's up?
I was gonna say, right. intro, and then show over.
What is going on, Charlie? What's up, dude?
It's going on. Just early or getting into the later mornings here over in Tokyo. On it's 4:20 over here, baby. So anybody who wants to go early, there you go.
Sunglasses right now. Well, welcome you guys to, of course, my channel and stuff like that. This is the last call for alcohol for Q2, man. If you haven't signed up already, man, damn, dude, you don't know what you're missing, man. The amount of action that's going to happen this quarter is going to be freaking insane, dude. We've got the launch of Pulse Chain, PulseX, all the other coins that we've invested into in the Pulse Chain ecosystem. We're going to have flash webinars on all that sort of stuff. We're talking about the Palomos coin launch, Illuvium land sale, Illuvium game launch, and a plethora of other stuff that's actually launching in the GameFi sector as well.
Those are just potential flash webinars.
Yeah, that's not even the main course. We're that's a side.
That's like the dessert.
We have a lot of dessert. We're Drake girling out here right now, man.
Yeah, we're giving you guys like what's that, like, like truffles with like the gold flakes on them, with the Pulse Chain lunch and everything.
So for you guys who haven't signed up, look in the description box, the links below. Sign up for the course you can pay either with crypto. I think there's about a 15% discount if you pay with crypto. The instructions are down there, as well as you can also pay with PayPal, and you can fractionalize the payments into 4 easy payments as well.
Yeah, if you'd like me to quickly just I can basically do a couple things here for the boys. I will read off first, what basically we get in the course. Actually, no, even better. Yeah, I guess I'll just read it off. That's easiest. And then I'll read off some of the webinar topics that we got going, and then I can show how to purchase the course as well. So with the live webinars, right, this is just the overarching info on what we partially what we will be talking about in the Q2 course. So we got the Q2 2022 thesis webinar, right? So that'll be the first webinar that we have here on Friday, the 22nd, when the webinars begin. So that one we'll be going through what we think is most likely to happen in Q2, and then also what are some of the events that may derail that situation. So you can look at both, what's a potential upside as well as downside, the risks, the reward of Q2. And so we'll go into depth about that, as well as what we see going out through the quarter, as well as maybe throughout the rest of the year in terms of what to pay attention to in crypto. So that's always a fun one. Then we got the top 50 coin list. So we got about 40 to 50 coins that are good on a fundamental basis, also tend to be outpacing Bitcoin and Ethereum from time to time. So we explain that list to you. And then in addition to that, I'll just quickly go through the list: in-depth fundamental analysis, in-depth technical analysis, in-depth on-chain data analysis. So those are your kind of your core functions for anybody who really wants to delve into I would say one or more of those skills in order to increase your ability in that space. Or if you're just starting in crypto, basically choosing one to start out with, whichever one basically your learning style gears towards the most, and getting good at that over your first year in crypto, and then building upon that with the other layers. We also got an NFT deep dive with Anorak. That is always straight fire. I love that webinar.
Fire. I cannot say more good things about Anorak. He's such a good dude. And he is, if not one of the best NFT guys out there.
Dude, I like highest integrity plus best at what he does, like best mix ever of NFT information there. Because there's so many people in the NFT space who basically are mirroring the ICO phase in 2017, where there was a lot of vaporware, a lot of false promises, a lot of bullshit basically. And Anorak cuts all the way through that and just says, here's the stuff that's actually doing something that's good. And then will probably pump because of XYZ tastemakers, but watch out for XYZ. This is the risk, right? So he's very straightforward with all of that with everybody. Then we have our risk management for crypto. We've talked about risk management in the past in good detail, but this one is going to go in much, much more detail. And we have actually a professional risk management financial consultant, I guess is the best way to put it, who will be helping out on that one. Then we have, in terms of just a bunch of other webinars, we have a Phantom Ecosystem Update, GameFi Opportunities, Hex Strategies, Pulse Chain Strategies, New Layer 1 Opportunities and Ecosystems, New Layer 2 Opportunities, Ecosystems, Ask Us Anything webinars, and a mystery guest speaker as well. So those are all just the live webinars, right? Those are the ones that we'll be doing live for you guys. So there's 15 of those. And then we have 5 pre-recorded webinars, an introduction to cryptocurrency, cryptocurrency security, decentralized exchange essentials, right? Those ones are for people who are getting into crypto, are basically the essentials to get you going in the space. We also have a Google Drive sheet with a lexicon of crypto jargon, basically, because there's some people who are like, can't wait to understand what you guys are saying, so who are newer to crypto. We cut through that with you, and we have a lot of veterans in the chat who will also be teaching you guys up and telling you guys kind of like Cliff Notes versions of things, but also I would say, kind of little tricks and tidbits have been going around so far in the Crypto Mindset chat, which is good to see from the veterans to the new people who basically are like, hey, this is what helped me out, last quarter, a few quarters ago, in terms of, getting through the jargon or getting into the information better, quicker. So that is really good. Then we have 2 other ones for the recorded webinars, which is Billionaire Mindset. That one will be coming out today. In terms of my time, in terms of American time, probably before midnight Pacific Standard, before basically the course closes for entry. And then we have taxes and IRAs for crypto as well, which is always a really, really useful one for everybody. And then those flash webinars, which DCC was mentioning there, potentially, right, the Plomos public round might be happening in Q2. And if it does, we'll be covering that. The Pulse Chain live launch, if that happens in Q2 as well. New coin opportunities, as always. And then Illuvium land sales and game launch. That one's going to be really, really fun. And then any other, sudden or, updated market information. Plus, who knows, right? Mystery bags. So lots of good stuff.
I also got two more little tidbits that I forgot to mention.
Yeah,
2 more tidbits. All right. So for anyone who joins the Crypto Mindset course, you'll be able to get into the Crypto Mindset Meetup.
Right.
It's first come, first serve, so everything, all information. So I'm not going to say location or anything. It's going to be in Vegas, just to give you a little bit, so you know where it's going to be at. But we're going to give the time and everything, and as well as the location once the course starts. So we'll have information on that, and it's going to be the first meetup. I'm going to be there, and we're just going to try our bestest not to get alcohol poisoning.
Don't die on our watch.
Right.
No liability, no life advice.
Right. We're going to tear Las Vegas a new asshole, basically. It's going to end up happening.
Vegas stays in Vegas.
So that's going to be awesome. I'm going to be able to meet all you guys. We're going to have to do some photos and stuff like that. We're going to DJ, and we're going to do a bunch of other cool stuff as well and stuff. So that's all to be announced during the mindset course and stuff like that. If there is any room left over, then maybe we might end up doing a couple of streams on regular YouTube and stuff to let people who weren't in the courses. But it's first come, first serve, and you guys will be able to get your seats and stuff for that event. So it's going to be really cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we have over 700 people who are already in the Crypto Mindset course, and a lot of those people have already gotten into the Telegram. So it's going to be a fucking good one, man. I know Q2 this year, right, I think Q1 was basically buying the bottom quarter, right? And Q2, in my opinion, is the accumulation quarter. And so, we showed a lot of love to the Q1 guys, on the flash webinars and everything with that. And I already know, by seeing the people who are coming into Q2, these are the value investors, the people who are here for the long term, the smart money, basically. I have a very good feeling that we're going to be, we're always hands on with everybody, of course. But I just have a feeling this group's going to be very, very tight knit. And I just got a good feeling about everybody who's jumped into the course so far. So, a lot of good people in the chat sharing really good information. So I think, you know, the hive mind that we got going here with the crypto mindset course, right, in terms of sharing information, sharing knowledge, every single quarter it just gets better and better and better because I tell you guys a lot of the time, right? Like some of the people were asking, like, how long did it take you before you started being comfortable enough to jump onto YouTube, right? To talk, a lot about crypto. It's basically 2 years from when I got into crypto to when I started basically doing YouTube. So I got in May of 2017 when Ethereum was $90. I figured, I was kind of late because it was $30 a couple months earlier. And,
Charlie, you were late, bro. $80 ETH, bro. Late.
late, bro. Late. I could have got it at 30. But, so it's just like, but then about a little less than 2 years, in February of 2019 is when we started the Tokyo Crypto Show on Don MLD's channel. And then we started the Cultivate Crypto Show a month after that in March of 2019. DCC came on the scene in terms of into my life and brightening up everything, at the end of 2019. And then we started Moon Gang. I think it was March of 2020. I think right after the Corona crash.
I think it was March. Yeah.
Right after the Corona crash. Literally, we're like, all right, let's buy, like, literally one of the strategies for starting shows for us with the Tokyo Crypto Show as well as the Moon Gang was essentially, let's start these shows at the lowest prices of the market, right? So we started Tokyo Crypto Show, I think, when Ethereum was Bitcoin was about $3,400, $3,400, basically the price of Ethereum today, and then or close to it. And then we started Moon Gang when Bitcoin was probably around like 4,000 to 5,000, 6,000, somewhere within there, right after the Corona crash. So hey, we do each of these courses as well on a nice, low point for you guys. So, hey, not saying, we know exactly what we're doing here, but hey, we just might. So if you want to jump into the crypto mindset course, I would highly suggest coming over here, if you don't mind, if I can share the screen.
Yeah, sure. There you go.
There we go. Come over here to cultivatecrypto.com, press shop, right? Or hit the link in the description as well as in the chat there. And you can get into the course for $9.97 one-time payment for Q2. Like I said, everybody who's in here right now, super smart. People who are new are asking really good questions. People who are experienced are giving really good answers. So awesome information being shared here, even before the webinars have started. You can pay with GPay. You can pay with PayPal. There is also a 4 payment option with PayPal, as well as if you add to cart, you can pay by credit card. If you would like to pay by cryptocurrency, there's a question here. How can I pay in cryptocurrency? Well, let me tell you, you get a 15% discount on the cryptocurrency sale. So $8.47.45, which is definitely better than $9.97 if you pay in Bitcoin or ETH. You can also pay in USDC. But once you do, right, come over here to the Coinbase Commerce link. I will also share that for you guys in the chat. And then once you basically complete your payment there, send an email to support@cultivatecrypto.com, right? Give your transaction details, your information, so that we can identify you and get you into the Telegram chat ASAP. Just FYI, if anybody has paid for the course and has not received an email within 24 hours, you can basically check your inbox, check your spam, check your promotions folders, all those things, because the different email services filter it out differently. If you do put support at Cultivate Crypto in your contact information, that will probably also get things to jump into your inbox. So do that. If for some reason you still have an issue, you can email us at support@cultivatecrypto.com. You can DM us on Telegram, right, at Cultivate Crypto Team. And you can also, we have a phone number there. Obviously, don't beat it up or whatever, but if you need something urgently, there you go. As well as, you can email here, charlie@cultivatecrypto.com as well. So lots of really good information. And then at the end here, this is what it looks like if you choose to pay in crypto. Just put your best name, email address, you'll get a QR code to send the crypto, and makes it super easy to use. Everything is all good. So not saying that, it's necessary or like you're gonna die if you don't get into the crypto mindset course, but I'm just saying this course is gonna be lit. It's gonna be a good one.
Don't No more poor, you guys. But I will say one thing. So if for some reason you make an attempt, you're trying to purchase a course, and for some reason you can't, we have heard of people having a little bit of trouble with PayPal, possibly.
Correct.
So if you have attempted to buy the course, we are going to allow you to buy the course if it's past the date, but you have to show us that you tried, essentially.
Yeah, if you have sent an email to charlie@cultivatecrypto.com or support@cultivatecrypto.com, basically our support team will make sure that you get into the course. If you have sent a DM, we may be delayed in getting back to you, right? If you send a DM on Twitter to DCC, or goddamn, if you send an email or a DM to me on Telegram or Twitter or whatever, it's definitely going to be some time before we can get back to you. But as long as you guys have sent us a message at some point trying to pay and get into the crypto mindset course over the next 2 days, we'll make sure that we get back to you and make sure that you do get into the course. So, just make sure that you basically have done your best to get into the course and have sent us some sort of communication, and we will make sure that all is good. But in terms of the deadline to, get into the course, it is at midnight Pacific Standard Time today, right? So just FYI on that, and jump in there or have fun staying poor. I think there's a few people in the chat saying no more poor because they're jumping into the course.
Shout out to Art, man. I've had issues, but Liam has been on the money with getting us back in. Liam's a great guy. Liam support, man. Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome.
His day probably, 20, like something like 18 to 20 hours a day, making sure to get back to you guys. He's also, part of the no sleep gang.
No sleep gang. The Cultivate DCC army does not sleep at all. We have all time zones covered. But Jen Esquire has a wonderful comment right here. Just watch Hex Ecosystem is going to come out during Q2, and Moongangers are going to kill it because of the Q2 course.
It's beautiful, definitely. Baby. I talked about that on my show this morning a little bit, just, for the people who either didn't get into Pulse or Pulse X in terms of the sacrifice phases, right? There are a ton of opportunities, when Pulse chain comes live, and a couple opportunities even before so with Hex and Hedron, right? That you guys can be looking at. Obviously, there's a few different caveats with each coin and each opportunity, which we can obviously talk about in more depth here with DCC on the stream. And then in the course, man, like just the amount of information we're going to go through is absolutely amazing with that. So one thing I did try to highlight on my show this morning was a lot of, I would say maybe something like 20% of hexagons, kind of going by Pareto principle, probably don't have a lot of experience with other ecosystems in terms of in-depth, like they haven't maybe used the Phantom network or the Harmony One network or DOT or whatever. So, through the course, you could probably mention this in more depth, but we have mentioned to people throughout the last few quarters, like, hey, here are some training wheels to get ready for the Pulse chain, because the test net is good to play with, but it's, you got to kind of, get used to other ecosystems in terms of understanding how all this is going to play out with yielding, impermanent loss, different coins interacting with each other in an ecosystem, because a lot of hexagons are just used to, Ethereum and Hex, right? They're not used to like all these other things. And so being that coin agnostic and understanding how these things happen in other chains will give you a leg up, in my opinion, on what's happening in the Hex and Pulse chain ecosystem. So I don't know if you want to go into more depth than that or not, but that's something that I think is really important for hexagons to pay attention to. And we have introduced like thousands of hexagons through the crypto mindset course into the hexagon community.
Thousands. Yeah. Like
unbelievable
no amount. Like we're one of the biggest onboarders ever. Legitimately. Yep. There's just over about 100,000 stakers, and just from the hands that me and Charlie have touched, we're probably looking some low end 7,000, maybe 11,000 of them just came from right here, basically. Me and Charlie
doing my part. Oh, look at that! Get in or have fun staying poor.
I'm trying to think it's a soundboard, Charlie. I really don't.
I won't let up my secrets. I got the green screen, got the soundboard. We all good. No joke.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, Kings, the course is worth it for Pulse chain info alone. Such an opportunity, and a lot of people. Yeah, trust me. Like we're the only cryptocurrency course in the world talking about Pulse chain.
Now there's 100%. Now there's a few people who will get their panties in a bunch and say, oh, 997, 845 to, basically the whatever, like
Right.
basically saying like, I'm poor and I can't, pay that or whatever. I mean, that's just, the undertones. But the other part of that is like some people are like, maybe they come from Soviet Russia or something, but like they're
Right.
like, capitalism is evil, and basically, this isn't worth it. But everybody who's jumped at the course can tell you extremely on the other side why that is not the case, right? Why it is extremely valuable. I just did like a little math on my show last night with Rune alone, with the play of where Rune is going, right? If you just got into that play either in March or currently, either time, right? And you put like $1,000 in there. If you did that in March with us for free on the channel information, then basically you've already gotten a 2 to 3x on your principal, and you use that to pay for the course. Or if you haven't gotten into Rune, now is a good time to do that. You could still, over the next couple of months in Q2, make your money for the course just on the free information we've already given on YouTube. Then with the Pulse Chain stuff coming out, I mean, if you put $1,000 into pretty much any of the opportunities we're talking about here with the Pulse Chain, like multiples returned are just insane. Plus, yeah, you can do that, right? If you get into the sacrifice phase, or if you jump into Pulse Chain, obviously there's some simple strategies you can do that just normally anyways. But the details and the nuance that we're going to give you in the course, and that DCC has here from being a Hex OG, being in since 2019, are just like, oh my God. Like, I think a lot of people don't understand how useful all those details are, because the details is where, you can get wrecked or you can make a lot.
So this course, the info alone, let's just exclude the Pulse Chain and Pulse and the Hex talk, right? The rest of the alpha and stuff of just starting up. So let's just say you don't know anything. This course will get you from A to Z to the point where you're basically yield farming on multiple different blockchains, as well as you're investing in Hex and Pulse Chain and everything else like that. And you understand the vernacular as well as the meme culture and the best places to gather info. That information is so freaking invaluable, because it would take you 2 years of like dedicated, like, I'm really gonna learn this
4 to
crypto
8
stuff.
hours a day.
Yeah. 4 to 8 hours. That means you're listening to a couple. You're listening to me and Charlie shows every single time we have them. On top of that, you're listening to a couple news organizations, and you're reading some articles. And on top of that, you're looking at the prices, and you're buying on Coinbase before you finally get the balls to actually
jumping into Discords.
It's a lot of work, and me and Charlie make this stuff look really easy, because we've had a lot of practice, and we've actually gone. We have onboarded so many people into crypto, even if someone didn't, for some reason, I don't know why, maybe maybe on the slow side, that they don't like the way we've taught the courses, that you cannot discount what we've done for people, because even if the people have taken the course one time, that one time they took has saved them so much time that they will be years ahead of their compatriots, to the point where like anyone who takes the course, I don't know a single person who hasn't who's taken the course 2 times that isn't like considered like the family expert in crypto.
Yeah,
the family expert in the entire friend group in crypto. Literally every you don't guys understand I've done so many damn like consultations or talk to people in chats and stuff, and it says like, dude, my family won't leave me alone about crypto, or like oh Eduardo, Miguel, Greg is the family expert on cryptocurrencies at like Thanksgiving dinner and then Christmas and the family parties. It's insane.
The interesting thing about that, I've had a few people say like, Moon Gang is basically my secret sauce. I don't share that with anybody. And then there's other people who are like, I can't stop talking about it. And people think I'm crazy. Lots of different compliments there. But in terms of like people who really put in the work, like if you just got the course once, right? Like I think one thing that we're a little bit too humble about essentially is that the amount of information that we give you guys in terms of being able to do your own research with the fundamental analysis, technical analysis, on-chain data and stuff like that. If you take that information to heart and you go and do that over the course of 1 year, right? Just take the course once, do that over 1 year. You essentially will blast everybody out of the water that when it comes to cryptocurrency, and people that you don't know as well. I think one of the best compliments that I got or that we got in the Q1 Crypto Mindset course was there were multiple people saying like, it's like day and night when they go over to other channels talking about DeFi, or they go over to other crypto communities on Telegram, Discord, or whatever. They're just like, man, these other crypto communities, like they have like a really good niche on something, or they have like some
Yeah.
very specific information. But generally speaking, in terms of like their crypto skills, like, man, we just like, people are just like, they feel like the information that they got in the course, then when they go somewhere else in crypto, they're just like, these other people are chumps. Like, it's pretty funny.
These
Like,
fuckers
they
are
don't
chumps.
say that exactly, you know, but like that's basically what they were saying.
Oh, I
You
love
know,
it.
from a lot of people that have taken the
Dude,
course.
this is unhinged. Look what you've done to Charlie. This is unhinged Charlie.
Hey, you got to tell it how it is, you know, but at the same time, like, yeah, I just, you know, I'm really proud of what we do with helping people jump into crypto, because the one thing that I was going to mention there is, think about if you've never taken the course before, right? It's kind of like the butterfly effect, or kind of like you don't know like how good you have it until, you know, like it's gone or something.
Yeah.
So like if you look at yourself in the alternate universe when you didn't take the crypto mindset course, or jump into the Moon Gang, even on the free information here on YouTube, like I can just tell you right away, like that 2 year slog of not only doing like that 4 to 8 hours a day, but also like, if you think you've made some mistakes in crypto, you know, because you've gotten information here, or wherever, you know, already, like just compound that times 10. And that's what would happen if you're on your own here in crypto. So,
Then
you know,
square it.
yeah.
Then square it.
Then square it. Exactly. So yeah, I mean, it's really important to have a solid community and have people to, you know, lean on here for knowledge, not only from us, but also the people in the community and stuff like this, because, we did not have this in what was it, in 2017, 2016, when we first got into cryptocurrency, right? And this is why we're doing what we're doing, because nobody else is doing this. Everybody in crypto, not everybody, but a lot of people in crypto are like, you know, capitalism sucks, selling something in crypto is for the devil, and teaching new people in crypto is for the plebs. It's lowbrow stuff. Like, bro, you're not like, you know, like, I don't even know.
That was the biggest bullshit I think I've ever heard anyone say.
Yeah.
Like what is, like, the people who don't know teach, or some bullshit like that, or like teaching super dumb. It's like, what then? What, like, and then what are like half of the, no, okay, what are 90%, no, I'm sorry, 95% of developers are just copying and pasting stuff that already exists. They're not creating anything new at all. And on top of that, then they're on crypto, Twitter, and YouTube bitching and moaning, please come use our services and stuff like that. It's like, we need to get new people into crypto. So it's like, oh wait, so it's dumb to teach. So it's like, it's dumb to teach people.
It's so simple, and oh, how cute, you know, you're teaching people
Right.
getting into crypto, right? Like, it's like,
right. But then you need people. And you're like, where's all the people? Why aren't the people in my product? Why aren't they using my services and stuff like that? Because
nobody knows who the hell you are.
No one knows who you are. You're not doing anything. Like, what are you talking about? Me and Charlie over here doing we're fighting the good fight and stuff. We're getting people into crypto. This is a really, if you don't know what you're doing, it's a really hard place to essentially get your roots in. Once you get your roots in, you'll never let it go. It's the best. It's financial freedom.
And, you know, this isn't going to be a popular opinion from a lot of people in crypto, but shout out to Roger Ver, right? For the longest time, right? He helped so many people get into cryptocurrency. I mean, I've been to multiple Bitcoin Cash meetups here in Tokyo. I don't own any Bitcoin Cash, but I've been to multiple Bitcoin Cash meetups here in Tokyo. He's been doing those since, you know, 2018. Still helping people get into crypto, still giving people free crypto. Like, he literally, you know, when you go to a Bitcoin Cash meetup, he'll literally give almost everybody who's there free, you know, coins, and start showing you how to transact and stuff. Like, Roger, you know, like, no matter, you know, some of the mistakes he's made in crypto, he's done a really good job of onboarding a lot of people in crypto and really getting the word out there, right? So he went from Hex Jesus from not Hex Jesus, that's you. So he went from Bitcoin Jesus to Bitcoin Judas, whatever. But shout out to him for doing that work, because laying that groundwork in the early days of crypto is huge. And so yeah, not like I said again, not a popular opinion, because some people, they get their panties in a bunch over stuff in crypto, and they don't really look at the wider angle. But yeah, I think that kind of stuff is really important. The Bitcoin meetups here in Tokyo were freaking lit when they were happening, but they basically died in 2018, unfortunately. But the earliest Bitcoin meetups were here in Tokyo, and some of the stuff that he was able to introduce me to here in the early days of crypto, I was just like forever grateful, for sure.
Oh no, definitely. And then one thing I'll say with Roger here too, what he's also like contributing to the whole network is he's one of the biggest. He's a big VC and a lot of small projects. He invests into a ton of projects and stuff. So he legitimately is like backing a lot of stuff as well. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, a
so-
lot of people don't know that. He even gave a good talk at the Phantom what do you call it, conference
Oh
back
right,
in
in Abu Dhabi.
October, November?
Yeah. He's he's Mr. Worldwide out here and stuff like that. But I think over and I think in another 10 years, I think history people are going to look back and probably not. He won't be looked in such a bad light anymore.
Right.
Personally, I think of course during the whole debacle of like the fork war and stuff like that. Of course
wasn't done well.
Yeah. And honestly, like I think I think honestly, he would probably say he would probably have like system staked it and just given it to a certain amount of people, not giving it to a bunch of people who are just going to insta dump it, right? It probably would have had more of a shot, probably. But it just is, it just is what it is. But I just wanted to I just wanted to kind of go back into the chat for a second and just kind of pull up some of these comments and stuff.
A lot of good stuff in the chat I've been noticing here, but yeah, like rant over.
No, it's a great rant.
I know, it's like 36 minutes of fucking gold right there.
But look at some of the comments right here. Like Paul D, like I started to lead a small local crypto group thanks to you guys.
Perfect. And Paul D knows his shit too, man.
Oh yeah, no, dude. I fuck with his fedora too, man. Look at that. That guy was craps, bro. I don't know. That's a craps playing man to me if I ever saw one. But Joe Ventino says I'm skating circles around the crypto G's of 5 years, and then let me yeah. That's how that happens is what ends up happening. Instead of really trying to learn the crypto space, they hyper niche into something, and then they stop growing. So it's like it's learning. Cool. Now I don't have to grow anymore. Now they stagnate.
And they don't pay attention to the macro either. They don't they're like, Bitcoin's like, trash, it's old, like I don't need it and stuff. But they're like, you do understand that whatever niche and coin you're getting into at some point will be reliant on the broader macro market. So when they don't understand what's going on macro wise, they kind of rest on their laurels, like you mentioned here, and they kind of sleep on new things that are happening in crypto. Not only do they become kind of lazy and the time in the market doesn't really continue to advance them. The other thing that happens essentially is they become fossilized, right? They become a maxi of something and they never advance after that. So the next bull market, they become basically, crypto emergency here, they basically become outdated and, get popped out the other end. Sorry, no generational wealth for you. You got rich in one bull market, but you ain't getting wealthy because you basically, lost the hunger.
And that's a scary place to be at too, because there's a lot of guys who got rich off of some other coin, and then they're now meandering into another ecosystem like a geriatric, and more than likely going to give more than likely going to give half of that money away. That's the scary part. Before if they're smart, they'll lose half, but then they'll be like, okay, now I get it. Where the other half, they're just going to say it's a scam and go back to exactly what they were doing beforehand, and then hopefully it doesn't wither away. But look at this.
Enjoy being broke boys.
Yeah, like Jordan S. I've been in the course 3 times. I'm the smartest man in the room in crypto about 95% of the time. And I think I know who I'm talking about right here. Yeah, this guy goes into some pretty crazy rooms and stuff, and shocked at like how little people know. Like people are putting big, imagine you're walking somewhere and they're putting $100,000 into Shiba and they're being serious. Or dog coins and stuff like that. Like past the hype of last year, like wow.
Samo.
Took it one time and became smart as F. Like for real.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. Yeah, you got to put in the work too. So shout out to everybody in the Moon Gang here. We have 205 people watching live right now. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, share for anybody who might need this information. But yeah, everybody in here right now are the people who are getting after it for sure.
Oh, Drape. Oh, shout out Drape. I know exactly what this is. I'm old and I get discount pancakes. And if I'm learning this stuff, anyone can. You should be
100%. 100%.
This man right here, no matter what, he does not give up. And like he's willing to deal in on Phantom and everything like that too, man.
Yeah,
and everything, man.
We found that dogs can learn new tricks. Not talking about him in particular, I'm not trying to say that, but I'm just saying, like, I've seen people of any age here in crypto right? Basically be able to learn crypto. So there's some people who are like, man, this is too new for me. It's technology, bullshit. I mean, it just means you're lazy. You don't want to try to, stretch your brain.
Right. I mean, I've had consultations with guys who are 70 plus.
Yep.
And they're using crypto.
And very well. Sometimes these guys are like just smoking some of the younger guys too. Like,
dude, I know that's some crazy stuff too, because they're doing the research. I mean, like they come to like the consults or some of the stuff like pen and paper, filled of notes.
Cool,
like,
baby.
I was like, wow. So Miguel, you said on a stream this at this time slot right here that.
Exactly. Well, sir, let me expound upon that for you.
But it's wonderful. Yeah, shout out to Dave Dodge as well. Yeah, Dave Dodge, no G for sure. Yeah.
And Dave Dodge knows what's up.
There's so much value in the courses and stuff like that, and like on top of this too, like this one is like I talk about this every quarter, but the network equals your net worth, as well as like this is you're gonna get into a group of alumni, like a good portion of the people from or multiple course takers as well as new people, and it's a way to kind of build your entire network. People who've taken the course have gotten like 6-figure euro jobs in like GameFi and like in the NFT space and stuff like that. And we're working on some pretty, well, I shouldn't say, but like we're working on some pretty cool stuff in the background later on and stuff in that sector. And, we're going to, if we can, me and Charlie will always hire first from the crypto mindset community and group and stuff, just because, it's a family. And it's also the thing what I love about the group too. It's one of the safest places you can ask anything in that group and stuff like that, and people will tell you yes or no, and you'll get more of a group consensus whether something's safe or not. And if you can't find it in there, then it's going to be really tough to find it anywhere else, basically.
Yep, and people have healthy disagreements as well, like little debates about like, hey, what's this coin, what's that coin, and so like that's cool as well. It's just like the network, right, being your net worth thing, I think is probably one of the most undervalued or under talked about things that we do in the course, right? Like the people who do take advantage of taking what skills they do have, leveraging that within crypto, and then going the extra mile to, meet up with some of the people from the Moon Gang and the Crypto Mindset course who may be in their area, or, networking and kind of either, through the course and learning how to do that in other communities as well. Like that right there is huge, right? Because you don't know. In networking, it's kind of like some people aren't used to networking, right? Like if they haven't done a sales job before, or if they haven't really, if they're kind of like doing a desk job. Like one thing you have to do with networking is it's kind of like you don't know what the end result will be. It's kind of like those happy accidents. You just fall upon something really, really cool by, sharing information and talking to a lot of other people, right? And eventually, you just talk to a bunch of people. You kind of like a pinball, kind of like bounce around and stuff. And eventually, boom, you land on something. You're like, holy shit, like this is a really good opportunity. Or this is really useful information, or this is, maybe a potential job for the future, right? Or a change in my career. And you would have never like had the intention to go about finding that, but by doing networking through the group, like you can find things that, are those unexpected happy accidents.
Definitely, man. And then as we do more and more courses, our group and our alumni network just keeps growing, expanding, and becoming more powerful, because the group is as powerful as it is squared, basically, which is so awesome and stuff. And Milrad right here, I've already been in the the quarter 4, quarter 1 courses thanks to these fine gentlemen. I've had the confidence and preparedness to branch out and researching and charting the crypto landscape.
Awesome, man.
My God, man, beautiful, man. Damn, man, you guys are dope.
Yeah, there's a couple of good comments here in the chat from Hex Monkey and Jemima as well, but I think they're like the more recent comments.
Yeah, the bonus webinars, Telegram chats are gold too. Definitely. Let's see. Great goat thumbnail. Yeah, and I'm very proud of that thumbnail. Totally me Drake faced for sure on the portfolio.
Yeah, check out Jemima's comment there. I like that one.
All right, Jemima.
Just right there.
Yeah. My son introduced me to cultivate crypto and then started telling the family that I'm addicted. I guess he only expected me to buy Bitcoin and ETH. However, you guys have been having my crypto support. Dude, heck yeah, that's so cool.
We have so many people, right, who they get in their mothers, they get in their sisters, they get in their brothers, they get in their cousins, right? And it's cool to see, like, these people who are basically helping each other go after generational wealth start, really building up here and building up when crypto is low, right? Like I think a lot of people right now, in terms of like maybe normies or people who haven't been paying as close attention to crypto, they're like, are we going to 20K for Bitcoin? Are we going to zero? Like, what's happening here? And, if you jump in the crypto mindset course, like, once we get through all the webinars and everything, you'll be like, okay, I understand where we are in the bull market. I understand like what the opportunity is, and I can take, action with confidence. And I know that, the market, may not go to new all-time highs for some things, within one quarter, but over the course of the next calendar year, what you're doing now is for next year at this time, essentially, right? So if you are building bags of Illuvium, or if you're building bags of Pulse Chain, yeah, you're going to make some money in the short term for sure. But where the real money is made is after that one calendar year. So, that should get a fire under your ass too, because if you know that the bull market, right, we have likely about one more year left in this bull market, it could extend a little longer or whatever. But generally speaking, right, if you want to be able to sell the top of the market, you should be basically very, very active right now. And it's counterintuitive because a lot of people are scared right now, but that's the time to be taking the most action. So
we're consolidating right now, and we're going sideways for a little bit, but we're going to go back up. Because 60K Bitcoin top, that was not like the last top in Bitcoin was $20,000 in 2017 to 60, a 3x.
Yeah. And the bull market before that, right, from 2015 to 2017, we went from like $150 or $125 to 20,000, right? So, yeah.
So even in the most bearish cases that I've been able to do some math on and stuff like, the minimum in terms of a top on BTC, and this would be kind of more of a bearish top, but still acceptable top, would be about $133,000 BTC price for this cycle. Exactly. Now I think that is very possible, and then from there we enter the dun, 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 danger zone. Dun, 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 dun. At that point you get a parade of altcoins essentially topping for the first time, because like, oh my god, the amount of retail, well, it's not going to be like the retail, like the retail fervor, because this is more of a VC smart money cycle. Building, this is us laying down the railroads. Next cycle we're going to get a 2017. Next cycle is a 2017 full on, like the alt chains work and stuff. We have upgrades to like a Phantom virtual machine. We've got all these upgrades on Ethereum. We got Pulse Chain up there. Everything's working, and then here comes retail. Holy crap!
There's going to be some people who are only in GameFi and still kill it in the next bull market, right? So the applications are going to be very interesting, and I think you've been one of the people. I think at the earliest stages to say that trend, because we're building the railroads, we're building the infrastructure for the layer ones this bull market, but all the applications are going to be built upon the layer ones that do survive a true bear market, right? And if you think the last 1 year has been a bear market, well, wait till the real bear market. Like, oh boy,
this is not a bear market. This is not a bear market at all. We'll expound more during the crypto mindset courses and stuff on what truly is the horrors of a bear market, but a true bear market.
And how to survive it.
Yeah, and how to survive. Of course, how to survive it and stuff. It's not as scary as you think. It's just controlling your emotions. But you're going to see about 80% of projects die. Yeah. And you're going to see some of the top talent as well as top projects on chains basically jump ship. So it's like, imagine if, like, as an example, Jewel, right, only in Harmony 1, what would have happened is DeFi Kingdoms would then bridge over to like a Phantom or bridge over to like Pulse Chain and just abandon the original chain. So you're going to see a lot of top projects just leapfrog into the real chains that are surviving and still have incentives. And then we're going to get into an app war. So we're going to talk about this during the course and stuff. Like we're going to give you guys of like what's like the next. Oh my god, I want to say so much stuff.
Once we get to the Q2 thesis, the first webinar, bro, on Friday, it's going to be so good.
I know. It's going to be amazing. But Railroad, the next cycle is going to be a little different. But the first half is still going to be Railroad. If you can read between the lines of what I just said right there, you're going to make a lot of money. But you have to. But there is a point you have to transition into something else. And I'll keep it there. That's all I'm going to say on that. But we're
laying down those gold nugget hints, throughout our streams. People just got to find them. That's for sure.
Definitely. But what was I going to say? Oh yeah, Top Gun. I might have to. I'm gonna see if I can. I think I can get that soundbite. I think I can.
You could probably get 9 seconds of the danger zone in there. Yeah.
Yeah, because I've seen another YouTuber from a while back use it, and he seems to be doing okay. So maybe
the whole fine.
No, not the whole song, just like the first part of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got what you're saying. Yeah.
But let me just say this: like I've been researching into GameFi since about March of last year. I personally thought it was a little too early to get into GameFi last March,
Hmm.
and then around June, July, Charlie knows, and we started talking about a lot about Illuvium.
Hmm.
Getting into Illuvium and stuff like that. And now, we were. I mean, I honestly think we were some of the first people really taking seriously GameFi. And if you even want to go back and stuff, I was in the bear market deep into the Decentraland community, which is legitimately still one of the biggest in terms of market cap GameFi projects in all of crypto. It's one of the big three. I mean, like it's Axi's Decentraland Sandbox. Those are the big three by market capitalization. And the oldest GameFi protocol, which I was in 2017 as well, was Decentraland. Even though you couldn't really play Decentral, but you could buy the coin back.
Yeah, no, people were jumping in there, having conferences and doing stuff, right? So there was some stuff to be had there. Casinos being built, all that.
Yeah, and then we saw the power of it too, because let me tell you this: like there was a point where I owned over 6-7 million mana. 6 or 7 million mana. Even the price of mana today is like I think $2-3. So I mean, I'm crying myself with $100, wiping my tears.
Benjamin's wiping those tears.
Yeah, but it's that sort of stuff, like by paying attention, because it's like you like if you're a nerd, lean into it. Go do it. Your mom said video games ain't shit. She's wrong. She's never been more wrong in her life.
Yeah, especially now, right? And I even got in Q4 last year people saying like GameFi, what's GameFi? Or people saying like GameFi is not a thing, like this isn't something in crypto, right? And then like over Q1, like all of the news articles that you see coming out about gaming plus finance in the cryptocurrency space, GameFi, like it's the main way to describe it right now, right? And I think it's just funny to kind of see that happen, like where we're kind of like talking a lot of the stuff that we talk about. This is why as well, like, we talk about stuff on our own terms here in crypto because we monetize ourselves. We make sure that we don't have to shill you guys bullshit like Bybit links,
Right.
services that we don't believe in or coins that we don't believe in, any of this stuff. We just talk about what we want to talk about here on crypto YouTube, which is something that I think kind of maybe annoys some other people.
It's a differentiator between us. Like we're
Right.
I mean, we can talk. I mean, literally, I could talk shit about every motherfucking project.
Well, yeah, probably shouldn't. But yeah, right. We do it. Some portions of the unrecorded part of the course gets some spiciness going on.
Right.
We can't say some stuff on YouTube for sure. But we tend to also on our channels, right? We tend to talk in front of the market a little bit, right? We talk about things before they start happening, or before really it's in the collective consciousness even of the crypto space. So the people who really pay attention on this information, right, and really like take it in, like everybody's saying here in the chat, right, so ahead of other people in crypto communities, it's not even funny. I love it because like how much do you hear talk about Pulse Chain right now in the broader crypto community? Like,
yeah. The EP Money said the other day they'll be on Pulse Chain BSC right now. Pulse elephant in the room. Yeah, a lot. Like I will say this though. I mean, personally, I don't dig too much into Binance Chain, and people who've taken the course previously know why. Because a lot of 80% of the projects on there are scams, basically, or
Safe
rug
Moon.
pulls and stuff, Safe Moon and all this other stuff. So if you catch it very very early on, but like a lot of times it's like most of the supplies are already owned, and then they advertise it to people, and then by the time you listen, you find out about it, you get totally your money stolen. But yeah, there's going to be quite a lot of projects that are going to jump from BSC over to Pulse Chain. This is one of the reasons why I want you guys to take the crypto mindset course. We're going to keep you guys safe, because that's actually something I'm very very worried about. Actually, is a lot of these bullshit scammers from Binance Chain are going to come onto Pulse Chain. Because why? Because PulseX is based off of PancakeSwap. Yeah, they know the game already. So a bunch of sharks are about to enter the water and
feast upon some dolphins and some plankton.
Right. But we're over here in the airship carrier made of full metal and stuff. We're talking about Ford class.
Watch out down below. Let's like throw some fucking,
ELT
underwater nukes and shit.
Oh my god.
There's
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Funkmaster Hex in the chat has a pretty good comment here.
Yeah, of course. Let me see. There we go. Yeah.
So he says, are the are the live courses recorded? I'm about to head into the busiest time at work for the next 2 months, but don't want to miss out. 100% they are. We've had people, still taking the course, but also in the past who are like truckers, right? So they go across the country and they listen to some of the stuff, during the course, right, in their, truck as they're going across country, but they need to take notes, right? So if you're driving, it's hard to take notes, and also some of the visuals, right? They got to see. So I've had consultations with people that they're like, okay, how can I do this properly? And when they get back home, right, maybe they have like 2 weeks at the end of the month where they come back home and they have that time to sit down and really take in information, make sure that they take down all their notes, listen to it a second time. And those guys, right, they've done very, very well in this space. And so, yeah, I think it's just that the people who know how to work and have that dedication and put in the effort, when they see the recorded information, it's great. The one thing I will say on the recorded information is you got to leverage the Telegram group as well as us in there. If you watch let's say you watch some of the recordings like a month after the fact, right? Good information, all still relevant, but obviously the conditions of the market may have changed. So let's say, for example, right, Hex right now is like 11 cents, right? And then next month, let's say it's 25 cents, right? And you see the webinar, it says, hey, it's a good time to buy Hex. Jump into the Telegram chat, leverage us, leverage your fellow moon gangers, right? And basically be like, okay, what conditions have changed since that webinar, right? I saw it was at this point, now it's at this point. What do I need to know? What parameters have changed, instead of just blindly going out there and like being like, okay, I'm just going to buy it because they said it, right? You got to do a little extra, to make sure that, you want to see what conditions have changed. So I highly recommend that for a lot of people, because some people as well, they'll just go to specific webinars because clickbaity, right? Like, hey, this one seems like the most hypey or the most interesting, but then they miss the risk management webinar or other stuff like that. Like, we never tell anybody on like an altcoin that you should put more than 5% of your portfolio in it. We're like, hey, if this is a subcoin of an ecosystem, right? Yeah, you can go harder than that if you want, if you really understand it, have confidence, but you should put like about 5% of your portfolio in that. And then the other 15% with that ecosystem, right? You can focus on maybe the main coins or stuff that, other stuff. So, but if you do go harder, right? Some people just do it because the number of X's on the coin or stuff like that. So the risk management webinar is massively important for you guys. And we also have a pre-recorded webinar telling you what not to do in crypto as well. So those things sometimes aren't as sexy, but they protect your downside. And the people who ignore that information in the course, it's to their own detriment, right? So it is what it is.
No, definitely. As well as, I should say this. So, when the course launches, we are also going to release. So there is so much information coming out because of the Pulse Chain and Hex ecosystem, as well as like there is like every fucking day there's a new fucking Hex token coming out now. Like, it's now become the land of coins now. So I keep researching, got my research down, and then like, oh, look, another token launches. Oh, amazing. Now I got to talk about this because I'm going to ask a million questions. So we are going to release, when we do this course, we're going to release the previous quarter's webinars on Hex and on Pulse Chain. Just for you, those will be more of an explanation. So the information is fantastic. There is a lot of the downloadable what's called links for the slides as well. And for this version of it, it's going to be more talking about LPs, how to make money in the ecosystem, as well as on the Hex side, which of the Hex coins that are coming out right now, which are worth investing. We're talking about Hedron, Liquid Loans, Mintra, all this other stuff, as well as what's called
benefits and dangers of those
as well, and stuff, and some of the risks, as well as some of the new like Hexamus that just came out and stuff, which is basically a way to stake your Hex for 5,555 and then like put it away and stuff, and then you essentially get a token right now, and then that token gives you claim over the future T shares in 15 years from now. Maxi, and all this stuff. So I've got all this stuff out right now. The Maxi one kind of came out, but I mentioned, I talked to the founder of it and stuff like that. So and we're also going to talk about other tokens that aren't being talked as much and stuff like that. And so I am talking to these founders in the background and stuff like that. So this is what I'm saying is, like, literally, like, I can get my hands on just about any founder of any coin in the Hex ecosystem and literally find out stuff from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, and
you
some of those,
get to nowhere else.
Maybe some mystery guests in there, on some flash webinars and whatever, but to be determined or to be announced.
Definitely. And man, it's gonna be, damn, you guys, shit.
Yep.
Everyone
Yeah,
wants to be
and
a crypto millionaire, but no one's to lift these crypto heavy ass bags.
yeah, bro. Yeah, I mean, man, where some of those memes from back in the day on that are so good. I got to pull some of those up. But there's some people in the chat asking, like how much money do you need to play with in the course, right, to be able to make some good cash? I would say like $1,000 plus, right,
Yeah.
will give you really really good flexibility in your bags. And then somebody else mentioned, yeah, if you pay by PayPal, basically you can do the 4 payment installments, right? If you pay by PayPal, and so if you do that, then you only have to pay $250 up front. Right. And then hashtag not life or financial advice, but depending on how you want to pay that back over time, right, you can still use some other funds there. You can also, in terms of so we're going to put a huge caveat on this, and especially in the risk management portion of the course. But right, we also talk about how to take out loans. Not saying that should be your first area to go to in crypto, especially if your portfolio is under 1K. Right, I wouldn't go out and start taking loans on stuff. But if it's done properly with liquid loans, with Celsius, with other aspects here in crypto, there can be ways to basically leverage what you currently got in a responsible fashion with risk management in mind, to basically work with more powder in the course as well.
Right. And wait, what? I heard on the news you can pay for a movie ticket from AMC theaters with Dogecoin. Yeah.
You can pay for the fucking course in Dogecoin, man.
Yeah, you literally can. Yeah.
Coinbase Commerce. This is hilarious. I didn't know this when we first started using it, right? But Coinbase Commerce, like I think Litecoin, Doge, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDC are the coins that they allow you to pay in. So hell, pay in Doge and get a 15% discount on the course.
Right, definitely. And just for this one, Ban Live Bear, if you had to pick between Phantom Jewel, what I recommend, if you just need more income right now, I would probably just go Jewel because it's more simpler to understand. With Phantom, it's a great coin. I think it's a great price, but you do have to kind of actively LP it in terms of and find projects in there. Boo's a good token as well. But Jewel, you'll be able to LP right away inside of it. It's super. Both of these are super cheap in terms of prices, and you're on average earning anywhere from about 1,500% APY if you're earning in Crystal, or 340% APY in Jewel if you're on Serendale. Just sign up to KuCoin and then you'll figure out from there. But if you don't know, sign up to the Crypto Mindset course. We'll teach you everything you have to know in that stuff. We're literally talking to one of the dons out here and stuff when it comes to that stuff, man. We popularized the I was calling myself a jeweler. I was a jeweler. Like I ain't playing the game. I'm playing the game for the money side. I'm a jeweler. I play for the money side. And then literally they changed the bank over to jeweler. In a couple of weeks of me saying that is wild. Like I don't know if someone was watching me or something. Maybe somebody from the community saw that. He's like, yeah, why is it called the bank? It should be a jeweler. And they literally changed the bank was called the bank, and then they changed it to a jeweler. Like after I went on this huge rant. I'm like, no, I ain't playing these games and stuff. I'm fucking playing these games.
Moon gang growing, baby.
Yeah. So it's beautiful and stuff like that. And and as me as Charlie keep growing and growing in the industry as well, we're going to be able to. This is one of the things we want to bring to you guys is like get you guys access to stuff that we wish we could have had access to. And this is just the power effect and stuff that we're going to be able to do. So amazing. Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Even Elon Musk bought with Doge, it looks like.
I've been able to pay. This is kind of funny. I mean, you shouldn't do this, you guys, but like, because honestly, you don't want to spend your crypto too much unless it's like for a service. Like, if you're education, maybe a computer to start like actually getting on the internet. Like, there's certain couple things that are important, right? Like, if you had to spend some money to get yourself a card in order to get to work, right? Money. Okay, a computer. We're in the technology space. Super important to have a computer, good internet. Smart. If you're a YouTuber, good camera. There's it's just like the cost benefit to benefit ratio it's insane. You have to do it. Then you get to tacos. I love tacos. But will I spend my hard-earned money? No, but to like in terms of my crypto, right? Because those are going to be some of the most expensive tacos you've ever paid for your life. Right.
So hey, just go to Jack in the Box, get the $1 tacos. Hey,
we'll circle
maybe ride them dirty a little bit, but hey, it saves you some extra cash, right?
But actually, I mean, I do like this credit card here. I mean, don't get into credit card debt or nothing like that. But I do like the Gemini credit card. I just recently got it. Looks pretty good. Looks super nice. It's in metal. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice card.
Up said you can get 2 for 1 at Jack in the Box nowadays. God damn.
Yo,
What are they making those tacos with? Like fucking
Yo.
cardboard or something? Like I don't know how they do that.
Let me tell you how influential this course is as well and stuff like that. When like we're so niched down in some of these ecosystems that we're able to get a full percentages of like supplies of certain things, like of like NFTs and stuff. Sorry, I sneezed. Someone's talking shit about me. This asshole controls all the Magic Cats.
Yeah, I think somebody was asking a question about that earlier too. Like, if it's still a good time to get into Magic Cats.
I think it is right now. I think the news is not percolating because like that whole thing is if people are in like like if everyone thinks it's a bear market, right? If everyone thinks it's a bear market, the information does move a little slower. So the market's kind of like it takes a while for the market to digest it. But when we're in full, like, oh my god, the money's flowing, it's WrestleMania, going wild, that sort of stuff with the market. A little bit of good news comes out, the price just spikes right off the news. So what's going on right now is that like the floor on Magic Cats is about 500 Phantom, which is $500. I do think having 1 or 2 or 3 is okay. Don't go crazy with it. As well as if you look at your portfolio and it's under $5,000, should you spend 10% of your portfolio on a Magic Cat? I don't know. Maybe I think for a quick flip, it might be worth it, but you have to be in and out, sort of essentially. So you buy one. In May they're going to release news on like yield farming on it. The price could go up as well as Phantom will be higher. You can then sell it for some profit. So there is a trade there where you can buy a Magic Cat even right now and get about 25 to a 2x on your capital.
Damn.
Now, do not go crazy with it, right? Maybe if the yield's really good, oh my god, those cats might be kind of golden, and we might have to hold them for a while because it's like, damn, this yield's insane. Because like if that yield's crazy, I'm just gonna be like, aha. Super happy about that. But a lot of the guys in the crypto mindset course and stuff, we got on the launch. Those cats sold out in 5 minutes. And I'll tell you that a quarter of the people in that place, man, it was moon gangers in there. That's for sure. Approximately 1 Magic Cat is 1,500 tacos. That is correct, sir. 1,500 tacos. But let's see. Let's see. Happiness is paying capital gains because you made crap loads in crypto this year. Yeah, but still kind of ouch, hurts. But definitely. There's one question. Okay, let's see. Right here, Chase Reed. Miguel, will there be any new highs second or third quarter? Of course. Yeah.
And depends on the token, right?
Yeah, it depends on the token. Definitely.
Yeah, I think Rune has a very good shot at it for that. And then obviously, a lot of stuff happening in the Pulse ecosystem. Yeah. Obviously, this new will have that, as well as other coins that we'll be talking about.
Right.
Luna has a good shot at it.
Yeah. And on top of that, right, look, we're on top of the Phantom ecosystem because like me and Charlie don't just willy-nilly invest into NFTs at all, right? Unless Anorak tells me so, then I first. But unless I get that gold standard like proof of like Anorak says buy. Other than that, me and Charlie are very careful about NFTs because it is a game. You have to know what you're doing. But there's starting to be this new category of NFTs that are called financial NFTs. They're starting to come out, and there's NFTs are attached to being the official NFT of an exchange or a DEX or some service. And then eventually, like Magic Cats is going to be the first on Phantom to actually give you yield for holding an NFT, and then they're the market leader DEX on Phantom, so they can afford to actually give you income for holding those cats. So this is actually real financial value on an NFT, as well as like the cats look kind of cool, right? And you're starting to see this too with the Warwick brothers who launched the ETH lizards, and they're essentially, if you own an ETH lizard, you essentially own and control a piece of the money that they make off of seed investing into projects with their connections. Really interesting. And you keep going down. So we're investing in the most interesting, innovative sort of stuff on the NFT space, where the average guy's telling you like get into some bullshit, get into pudgy penguins, you guys. Pudgy penguins. Get into pudgy penguins, you guys. No. We're not telling you that. We're telling you stuff that has value or at least has a community value, right?
Yep.
Like,
sir, I didn't choose the right animal token. Now I have to work in corporate the rest of my life. I love that.
That's why we're doing a flash webinar on the Illuvium land sale, because
right,
statistically, land does unbelievably well in GameFi. Like, oh my god, like there's a lot of people made some good money off of like there was a time where you could buy sandbox land for $40, $25. Now that land's worth like a couple ETH plus.
Yeah, you could have gotten plots of land if you're in the crypto mindset course, Q4 2020, Q1 2021, before Snoop Dogg, bro. Like, hell yeah.
Yeah, we bought unicorn land. We bought like yeah, we got in before Snoop Dogg and stuff like that. Like, let me tell you, I get offers every day on my land in Decentraland. To this day, the offers only go up in ETH. Like, bro, I don't sell my land because I want to keep my land, but my land gets offers every single day, and those are the scalpers. The scalpers are trying to get me to push. Okay, I'll sell every day. Every day, I get emails and notifications and stuff like, "Hey, are you willing to sell it for 5.6 ETH, 7.1 ETH?" Every damn day, like this, boom, 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 on all the land I have, and people get that on Sandbox.
Yeah, I was gonna say top of the market when somebody comes and says, "Hey, I'll give you 70 ETH for it." Okay, maybe now I'm looking at that.
I might not say no at 70. I don't know. Yeah, this is the real estate. This is the digital real estate market.
Yep,
Definitely. And then in these and so something like a Decentraland, right? Like, this is why that's what I'm saying, because we're OGs and we've been playing in this ecosystem since the jump. Since all this stuff, like I wasn't there for the initial land sales, but I was there for the subsequent sales afterwards, as well as the initial. I saw the entire wearables market. That means you can buy, you have a character that's like, has the regular clothes, and then you just put on like a Versace shirt. Boom! I saw the birth of that entire industry right there, and I have an unbelievable amount of experience on that stuff, because I made some good money in that. And I invested millions of mana into it. Millions of mana into it and stuff. And this is what I'm saying is, like, it's all about repetition as well as seeing patterns, right? Because me and Charlie have seen patterns over the time, we can essentially say, yo, this looks like something I've seen before. That means this thing can be hot. Where a lot of people, they only can go off of like, it looks like it could be hot. Well, we know it's going to be, right? Or at least more of a chance that it's going to be. So there's quite a lot of stuff about that. Go ahead.
Oh no, just Chase had a good question there. He's like, where's the best place to contact you guys? For me, like, email me at charlie@cultivatecrypto.com. The reason why that is like 100% of every information that I get emailed to me at charlie@cultivatecrypto.com does get replied to, and DCC replies to as many Twitter DMs as he can. And so those are the areas where we're able to basically sort through everything. Because like some people try, DMing me on Instagram or Telegram or Facebook or whatever, and like, it's too many places to look in. There's also like so many people like flooding our inboxes on those places that going into these areas is the best place if you have any questions for us, that we'll 100% get back to you on that.
Beautiful. Yeah. And let's see, Richard Hart will respond to my messages, but you guys don't. Hopefully that's a real one, dude.
You gotta know where to message. Yeah.
He responds to me too, dude.
That's true too. Yeah.
All right. So Black Star, how much hex as a newbie should I be looking to acquire? Just wondering. That really depends on how much you have but at like 20-30%, not a terrible amount of hex, especially with what's going on in the next 2 months. You're gonna get a copy of it as well. So I think 20-30% starting, and then from there, if you like it more, then you can get more. But I think that's a pretty good amount, just because I think we're very close to the all-time lows on hex. Where I don't think we're going below 10 cents anymore. There's just too much. There's too much bullish stuff with Pulse Chain possibly launching in the next little bit. So the minute we start going like, hey, it's in 2 weeks, like the devs are legit. Richard's saying the devs are saying like it's going to be middle of May. But even if there's a delay, that it's more than likely going to happen in June. So if it happens in June, you could start seeing the price trending towards 18, and we're going to back to 33 cents. So I do believe during the snapshot, if he ends up announcing it in the more like bullish tone, that's going to end up going, we might retest all-time highs again at 56 cents. I personally don't think we're going to break the all-time high, but it's still a retest back to all-time high. I'll take it. Very nice.
I got to go. I'll be back here in like 3 minutes. I just got to go really quickly send something out.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
And, speaking of that, I'll just hit you. didn't have to cut me off. My ears are bleed. No, definitely. And there's another thing too that I forgot to say in terms of like what extra value we're giving for this course is, I end up doing kind of these online calls, like Telegram calls for all the people in the chats and stuff like that. And it's basically a giant AMA. It's not recorded, but if you're there, you're going to be able to pick my brain on stuff, as well as Charlie will jump in there from time to time. And then we'll just be talking about the market and kind of going over like current thoughts as well. So that is really one thing that I've been wanting to do more of, is kind of do these late night afternoon, basically Telegram chat calls with everybody. And I just can't wait to start doing more of those and stuff like that. I was kind of experimenting and trying them out, and I managed to answer quite a lot of questions for a lot of people. So that's what's really, really, really great. Yeah. Yeah. Everyone loves a great portfolio question during the webinars. Definitely, definitely. But shoo, definitely, man. Let's see. On board with Hex, most of my game theory, I get it, but with the deal with the origin. Oh, basically, it's there to keep. So the origin address is there basically to keep the APY high. So with a 3.69 inflation rate, if the OA didn't exist and a lot of that supply was kind of given out to everyone else, you would have a much lower APY on the rate. So you instead of having an average of a 38% APY, we would have something closer to 7% APY, and that would just not make Hexes competitive unless you just have a very limited supply of it. So what the OA is there to do is just essentially not stake. They do have some stakes, but not to stake so much stuff out. So a large supply is unstaked, and essentially they're getting diluted, while everyone who's staking is essentially getting the full 3.69. So I mean, if you just effectively look at it, we're talking about maybe like 13% of the supply is actually liquid, where people have their hands on it and staked, and then that's why the APY can be at 38%. That's one of the major reasons why we have an OA. Beautiful. Da, da, da. It'd be fun to see RH reaction when we're not going to 10K. If let's just say we don't, which I don't think we will, but if we do, I mean, hey, I'll probably be buying heavy. I'll be buying heavy in that time. But if it weren't to go to 10, he'd just be like, guess it isn't. It just is what it is, call the top. That's more important. And yeah, he's probably right on that, So there you go. Beautiful. And Danny Boy, I'll respond to you as soon as I'm out of the stream and stuff like that. Don't you worry, man. But there's actually a place out in Vegas that's called Pepe Tacos, which is really freaking funny. Let's see. When RH is asked about it, something is off. The OA from a technical standpoint makes sense. So yeah, the thing is, so because of U.S. laws and a bunch of other stuff like that, it's really hard to like put yourself out there that you're that person or not that person, and it's just so you don't want them to get in trouble and other people getting in trouble. I mean, like the United States is kind of like draconian with their bullshit when it comes to, and that's why we're falling behind when it comes to blockchain. And at some point, what's going to happen is they're going to put some draconian like laws more in place to the point where they go overboard, and then we wake up as a nation and go like, oh fuck, we're behind, and then that'll probably end up causing, like on a macro scale, another bull market, because the United States needs to invest heavily back into the market, because it's like, oh shit, we're getting passed up by everybody. That's what's going to happen. The United States is very reactionary. Like we're kind of a bunch of prudes in a way. We're very the United States is very relaxed on some stuff, but because of the religious side and all that stuff, we're very prudish on some things. And then what happens is, if something happens, we're reactionary and we're like, we need to fix this problem, and they go overboard, and that overboard tends to add to make bubbles, basically. Yeah, you guys right. Yeah, I'll play a whole lot of money as well. And I got a plethora of a brand new you're gonna see DJ Miguel in full force during the course, you guys. I cannot wait. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's see. Is there a forward payment option to PayPal, or can it be a credit card? I want to do it. I think you can pay a credit card, but for the PayPal, I think someone said you have to sign up for their PayPal credit, and then it'll allow you to do it, basically. I want to do crypto, but I can't till tomorrow. Just figure out, if you really just can't, then when we just send an email to at charlie@cultivatecrypto.com, and here I'll put it in the chat so you guys have the exact. Here's the link, and now here I'll show you guys the page as well. If you put the link, if you send like a ticket or something out here, you just at charlie@cultivatecrypto.com and say, I really wanted to get the course, but I wasn't able to today. I wanted to pay in crypto because you showed us that you attempted to. We will allow you to purchase it a day late. Okay, we're doing that for people who, I mean, because we're not trying to like not allow people into it, but we do have to have a cutoff. But if you actively were trying to get into the courses and stuff, we will allow you to get into there. You have to send an email. The deadline is tonight at midnight. Tonight at midnight Pacific Standard Time. So the deadline is in about 3 hours and 20 minutes from now. Closes at midnight before we all turn to pumpkins. It is the last call for alcohol, you guys. So definitely sign up for the crypto mindset course. And then, yeah, if for some reason PayPal's not letting you, or just something's going on with the payment, then send a email at charlie@cultivatecrypto.com, and then you will essentially get credit in order to be able to purchase later on. But you gotta, just as like a thank you, basically, for trying to. If half the battle is showing up, right? So you've shown up, so we're going to allow you to essentially show up. Perfect. Oh,
Yeah,
Charlie back.
We're not
There you go.
assholes.
We're not assholes.
We want to make sure that you guys have the chance to get in. We understand everybody has different situations, so just make the effort, honest, legitimate effort, and we'll help you out. Yeah, I just also sent out the warning shot, so anybody who is on our email list or on the basically the waiting list or the white list for the crypto mindset course, basically check your email. I just sent out a warning shot. We got 3 hours and 3 hours and 18 minutes to when the crypto mindset course
2
closes.
minutes
So
left, you guys.
just fair warning shot for everybody who may not be on us live on the YouTube right now. So hopefully that makes sure to help people not miss the deadline. Cool, right. Jerry got it. Sweet.
Nice.
I think Jem last night, she was like, on my show last night, but in the morning American time, she was just like, yeah, I feel so special getting emails from Toronto. It's like, yeah. send out some good emails. Make sure to check your inbox, boys.
Right. Miguel S. Let's see. I never thought of the Tiger of the North. I think it was the North. The song was Red Pill until you said during the webinar. I've never been able to listen to that song the same way again. Yeah, I think he's talking about some of the Mexican music I started playing, about some of it being really some of it being extremely red pill songs, and some stuff being extremely beta.
Dude, I love
unbelievably beta.
Yeah, I liked your translations, man. Like that shit was interesting.
Yeah, I've literally played some Mexican songs for Charlie and then translated into English, and he's like, "What?"
Yeah, well, you were doing it during the course too, once or twice. Basically, you're just like, this song is red pill as fuck. I was like, I have no idea what they're saying. It sounds the same as every other song, because I don't know the language, right? And then you're explaining to me, I'm like, damn, that's some interesting lyrics right there.
Let's see. Is there any way to get notifications on your late night video calls in Telegram? I'll try to announce them ahead of time, but sometimes it's just kind of like if you're in the chat, you're in the chat basically. But they're usually going to be in the afternoon when I have them. They are not recorded though, but they're essentially a bonus on top of that. Just for if you're there in the chat and you want to listen on or you want to ask questions, you're there, and I'll answer as many questions as I can. It's a private AMA for you guys. So
and also technical support.
It's technical support.
But when people listen to that, a lot of the times, right, they'll share the information with the groups of
correct.
Definitely lean on the guys who were able to jump in those or catch those if you didn't.
Yeah, the information disseminates real fast in the chats and stuff like that. Yeah. Post a link to Baidu. Yeah, for sure. There you go. Yeah, Charlie put it up.
Throw it in there.
What's everyone talking about the warning shot?
Oh, so that email that I sent, that was the warning shot. We're going to
got
you. 3 hours and 16 minutes.
Dun. I'll be like,
talk.
I've got my soundboard too.
There's some pretty good Wojak memes that have been coming out recently. It's interesting. They definitely weaved in the real life situation of the Bogdanovs, unfortunately RIP, but still living on in Wojak memes. I love it.
What makes me really sad is every time I hear someone's like, yeah, I just added at the end of crypto mindset course, and then 2 weeks later, I totally freaking regretted it. I'm so mad at myself right now, and all I think about is just. Just rugs yourself.
It is true. It is true.
Yeah.
But like, and then the people who try to get consultations, like if they missed the course or whatever, we try to get them up to speed through a consultation. But that's, delayed in terms of timing too, just because
Right.
like we're focused 100% on the course, from basically the 22nd through about the 3rd. Actually, that's one thing I'll pull up here. Let me show the schedule to some people who may
Oh, yeah,
not be
please.
aware. Yeah. I gotta pull that up here. Where did I send that? But essentially, let me see here. But yeah, I think like we'll basically be off of YouTube. We'll basically be unable to get in contact with us until like probably around like May 10th ish.
Right.
Because we're dedicated to the course between now and then. But I'll zoom into this real quick for you guys. There we go. Let me share my screen here. If I
For sure.
can. There we go. Can you see this?
Yep, it's up now.
So here is the tentative schedule for the Crypto Mindset course. This is basically all the different topics that I was mentioning to you guys earlier that we're covering. The dates are correct, including the off days, I believe, for what we will have in the Crypto Mindset course. So webinars begin here at 10 a.m. Eastern on Friday, the 22nd. These two webinars are definitely going to be in these time slots on Friday, which is our Q2 2022 thesis, and then our top 40 coin list. But the other subjects that we're going over, right, we will probably, massage and adjust where they are in the Crypto Mindset course. I know the in-depth on chain analysis will be closer to like the 30th or the 2nd of May, somewhere around there. But just generally speaking, right, I just really quick run through this. We got the Q2 2022 thesis, top 50 coin list, in-depth fundamental, in-depth technical, in-depth on-chain data analysis, NFT deep dive with Anorak, awesome shit right there. Risk management for crypto, also awesome shit right there.
Yep.
Phantom ecosystem update, GameFi opportunities, hex strategies, pulse chain launch strategies, layer one, new layer two opportunities and ecosystems, mystery guest speaker or speakers with flash webinars, ask me anything, plus all the pre-recorded content and flash webinars that you guys do get. So here is the link. It's in the chat, also in the description. Here is where to grab it. Also, if you scroll down here, right here's where to grab it in crypto, 15% discount. If you do that on Coinbase Commerce, here's also the link in the chat for you guys. And I think we have said enough on the details there for people to be able to understand how to get in.
Definitely, man. Definitely, man. Well, you guys, that's it for the video and stuff like that. Actually, there is something I forgot to talk.
Bonus.
Bonus. What
do you got?
So one other thing that we do with inside of the courses is like I do tell you about previous positions and kind of what I'm doing with my portfolio, right? Obviously, I'm not going to say entire quantities of what I have, but I try to be as kind of like honest about when I've taken profits, or when this is something I was very honest about during when the hex run up happened, is that I took profits at 41, 48, and 40. Was it 50? I think it was like 52, 53 cents on hex, basically, as well as when I bought back in at 18, 13, and 11 cents. Right. So I made, these are things I'm going to tell you, as well as like times of, hey, I just bought a bunch of land. Oh no, I just sold a bunch of my land. Oh, I've just decided to take profits on alluvium. No, I bought more alluvium. I just bought more jewel. And this is the sort of stuff that we end up doing in during the courses and stuff like that. When people ask me like, hey, when are you thinking about buying crystal? I'm like, oh, when it goes down to like $6, $5. I think that's a good amount. And it's just things like that, basically. I cannot wait to get started already. Like I'm already like, oh my god.
Busting at the seams. I love it. Yeah, I mean, man, there's so much information that's going on in crypto right now that especially I think it's interesting in those, different layer new opportunities. There's a lot of stuff there that I'm pretty sure a lot of people have never heard of or are very, very unaware of that we're going to shine some light on. I love that.
Right. So where are the best places for people to follow you, Charlie?
Oh, you can follow me on YouTube. Just go to Cultivate Crypto on YouTube. Very similar to the website here. All social media is also Cultivate Crypto. Twitter is the other place where I'm most active in addition to YouTube.
Oh, perfect. And you can obviously follow me here at Dollar Cost Crypto. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't get unsubscribed. Also do the same thing for Charlie's channel. And then the best place to follow me as well is on Twitter at Dollar Cost Crypto. so as well and stuff. And then yeah, we'll be giving you notifications and as much stuff as well. But we will be AMA on Twitter as soon as on YouTube as soon as the courses start. As soon as the courses are over, we'll get back on a regular schedule for YouTube and stuff. So
yep. So all you fellow YouTube, you guys who are watching the free info, shout out to you for putting in the work, and we'll see you in about 3 or so weeks.
Yeah. So peace, you guys. Later.